but lost a barn burner 28-27 last week versus Taft. Santa Maria has struggled so far, only scoring 6 points on the year, opening the season losing 56-0 to a tough Rigetti team and 39-6 to a tough Hoover team. So tonight is going to be an opportunity for me and the legendary Kevin Willie, who's joining me as my producer-director, to see just what these two programs can do as they're trying to find themselves in non-league play.
What was that Rigetti score?
56-0.
Okay, 56.
You know,
I thought you said like 16 or something on the. They held Rigetti to 16. That's a great defense.
I was just about to say that because Rigetti's in the playoffs every year. One of my former teammates, resting in heaven, Chris Williford, is one of their former assistant coaches. So they definitely have some good teams. Over there in that Ocean League and some other good teams we've covered. Cabrillo beat East a couple of weeks ago. This is my second week covering the Ocean League team. But right now, Santa Maria gets the ball, and they take the kickoff from the 10, and he's still on his feet. So that ball is taken by the captain, Tanner Finley, out to the 23-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Saints. And this is the first Kern High Network broadcast ever at Del Oro High School when me and the man, the myth, the legend, Kevin Willie get the duties and the honor. Definitely an honor to share that with you, Kev.
It's always good to be first.
Absolutely. Trips open set. Pistol formation for the Saints. The quarterback is going to be number 22, Carlos Gill. And they're playing with that snap count right now. So, you know, I have a different roster. So I'm going to go with the one that I got from Javier, and it says that number 22 is Christian Alejo. But on the roster that I have, it has Carlos Gill as a wide receiver and quarterback. So we're going to try to figure out the rosters as we go. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty in 1st and 15. Quarterback drops, and he throws the long one. That's going to be incomplete. You know, and that's one of the things that's tough about not winning games early. You know, one of the last things you're worried about is the online internet stuff. You're trying to get things figured out on the field, right? So can't fault coaches for not getting the rosters over. But right now they're faced with a long 2nd and 15, and that's going to be complete, called by the running back, and that's a nice hit. After about a 7-yard gain. Well, it's going to be short still.
Short, really? Oh.
Yep. It's going to be about 2nd and 8.
Viewfinder was blocking.
Yep, you got that big thing called the camera blocking your view right there. But it's going to be a crucial 3rd down. 3rd and 7. All right, trips open set for the Saints. Quarterback drops back, and he has a man, and that's going to be caught on the fade. And that's going to be across the 20 to the 10. Dancing, and did he get in or did he step out? But it looks like the official is going to mark him out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. So the defensive back for the Suns gives up the huge play. And that's going to be number 10. Davion Styles, wide receiver and defensive back for the Saints. All right, so it's going to be 1st and goal, actually, as that ball is going to be inside the 10. And the trip's open set. And the quarterback's going to keep it, and he's met in the backfield. That's a nice job getting some penetration by number 30. That says Jason Ferguson. Yep, that is going to be Ferguson of Del Oro. Huge play to get some penetration. A loss of 2. Beautiful full moon over Bear Mountain.
Yeah, I already sent a picture of that to our buddy Vance.
You know he just loving it. Quarterback rolls right, thrown in the flat, and that's going to be incomplete. Nice defense out there by number 1, Jorge Campos.
Incomplete.
So it looks like Del Oro's roster is pretty accurate. I think I saw a number 31 out there as well that's not listed on the roster. If anyone can send me that, that would be awesome. But right now it's going to be 3rd and goal, and Del Oro in their early history trying to make a stand versus this Saints offense after the big play. Motion to trips for the Saints. Quarterback looking inside. Oh, and that's going to be incomplete. He throws a laser, and that's going to be incomplete.
4th down.
That brings up 4th down, and we'll see what the kicking game of the Saints can do. And try to earn some points after this big play that got them into the Suns' territory. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it's Kenny Calvin. Loving the honor of being here with Kern High Network. We got a kick coming up to bring the first points, and the kick is up right down the middle, and it's going to be good. So the Saints take a 3-point lead. We're going to stay here because it gives us a chance to talk about this beautiful campus, Kev. This is my first aerial view of this campus. I've been here as an administrator to check on clients before, but to come up to the press box and see that view and that sunset that we have.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. And, I mean, up here, it looks great. I mean, when you're down there on the campus, you just see the nice clean and buildings, but you're up here, you got Bakersfield behind you, you've got the mountains and the moon in front of you.
Absolutely. Beautiful campus, beautiful people. We want to thank the Del Oro High School staff for hosting us. We want to thank our boss, Stan Green, and the Kern High School District Superintendents. Also, Deanna Ribbons, our secretaries, and everybody in the office that give us the opportunity to do this beautiful event called Kern High Network Football. Also brought to you by Valley Strong Credit Union. Voted the best credit union in the land. But right now, we got a hungry Del Oro Suns team. We saw them coming out for pregame. They were pumped up. You would thought that were an Army unit, how they have these beautiful gray jerseys with the golden helmets coming out with the nice choreographed energy. Let's see what they can do as they get their first chance on offense. And now you got a kick that's going to be touched and taken at the 3. But if he can get by 1, he can make some moves. That's a block, and he got one more block, and he makes a miss, and and he dances out at the 21-yard line. That is going to be number 14, Ernest Jones. Captain, got the C on his chest for a reason, trying to make big plays. So coming up the stairs, I always see people, Kev, that we know. We have no idea that the kids are playing. I saw one of my friends, Miss Sterling. She was like, oh, we got you in the house. It's going to be a fun game tonight. Keep an eye out for my son. Starting quarterback, Keenan Starling. So let's see what Starling can do as he gets his first opportunity under center for the Suns. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Oh, and it's actually going to be number 19, Damian Gracian, that throws the screen. And that's going to be complete for 6 yards. So we did see Damian Gracian warming up as well.
Quick connect.
And it's good to see that he's a starter tonight. So we'll see what DG does tonight. And that's a great job winning first down.
2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 for the Suns. And even though the Hall of Famer, my coach, Rick Van Horn, isn't here, I'm going to always say what he says. It's so important to win the first down, and that's what they did, getting 6 yards. But now they go with that veer option handoff inside, and that's going to be enough yardage for a first down.
Joshua Long with the carry.
Joshua Long on the carry. Loving what this offense of the Suns looks like in the first two plays, being that this is my first time ever covering the Del Oro football team. Very young history. This is the third season of existence. They got their first varsity football wins last year, going 2-8. They hand off inside, and that's snuffed out by that defensive line of Saints. Nice job inside by number 2 and 3.
That's got to be a lot of motivation for a team
Down to 9.
to be at a new school with a new program and to try to build a new legacy and,
Oh,
and a
man.
history.
Absolutely, Kev. I mean, opposite for me, I played at this school with 100 years of history, right? So you always feel like where do you fit in that? When you get a school that's yours and you're part of starting that legacy, that's a beautiful opportunity. That's a motivator right there. 2nd and 9 for the Suns. And the ball is thrown, and he's wide open. Blown coverage. Nice pass by Damian Gracian.
Caden Ortega on the big pickup.
That was an amazing catch.
And that's a stellar first down.
Had he put some air under that, that could have possibly been a touchdown, but the receiver had to stop and kind of back shoulder the catch, which stops his momentum nonetheless. 1st and 10. Quick screen left is going to be caught. Makes one miss, and then he's going to be tackled. Nice play by Caden Ortega, making the first man miss. And I got to say, I'm very impressed
Pickup by Caden Ortega.
with Coach Hernandez and the offense. You got head coach Pete Hernandez, assistant coaches PJ Hernandez, Michael Dominguez, Alexander Morales, Dominic Maiden, Isaiah Guillen, and Joe Pearson. The JV team also got a win and a shutout. So let's see if the varsity can keep this momentum going. Oh, high snap, and it's going to be caught by the running back off the bobble. Disaster averted.
High snap, grabbed by Long. Brought down.
And you got a flag down as well. I don't know if that was incidentally dropped, but we will see. Official picked that up pretty quick. Okay, so that flag may have been incidental, Kev, so it looks like that was just a bobbled snap. Fortunate for Gracian that his running back had a heads-up awareness. Now they go with the jet sweep fake, and Gracian keeps it. And now that's going to be a very tough 3-yard run, bringing up a 4th and short for the Suns.
4th and 1.
Beautiful night. Finally got some cleaner air. Had some games canceled this past week due to the wind and dust and the AQI, Kev, so definitely glad to be here with you. 4th and short. They hand off on a jet sweep, and he's going to have it, and he's around the 25, and it's a track race, across the 10. Touchdown, Suns! Amazing run by number 13, Victor Campos, takes the jet sweep. Only needed one, tight ropes the sideline and dances 23 yards to pay dirt. Touchdown, Suns. Very impressive offense.
Yeah, that's got to make you feel good.
Wow, I'm excited for him. That was the way to come out of the locker room right there if you're the offense. Kick is up, kick is good, so we'll take our first break. Del Oro Suns up 7, Saints from Santa Maria 3. All right, we are back. The kick is off, and that's going to take a bounce at the 15-yard line. Picked up by number 10, making a couple miss, but he's going to be rallied out at the 24-yard line.
Brought down to the 25.
All right, Kern High Network football, Kenny Calvin, Kevin Willie at this beautiful Del Oro Sun Stadium. That offense that came out for Del Oro, that was the energy they left the locker room with, Kev. First and 10 for Santa Maria. They'll come out in that trips open pistol formation. We call it trips because there's 3 receivers to the right. We call it open because the split end is open away from the tight end. And now they're going for that bomb again, but this time he's covered, and he catches it anyway. And, oh, no, it's going to be incomplete. Wow. So a nice ball. You see that they're going to keep going after that corner until he makes a play, and he gets lucky there, as it looked like it was just dropped.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get to see much of the defense, or Del Oro's defense, that first go around, but
yeah, I mean, they gave up that big play, and it's one of those things that I always highlight in a pregame. We didn't have a big pregame tonight, but from a defensive coach and player's perspective, I always told my guys, hey, if we don't give up plays over 25 yards, we can win the game. No matter what the offense does, minimize big plays and win the turnover battle, we can create opportunities to win. They got bowled up, but now they're giving up some chunks on the ground. That was a nice first down run for Santa Maria. But going back to the point of that first drive, Kev, they gave up that huge play, and that defense bowled up and was able to get that stop to prevent it from being a touchdown, and only yielded 3 points. So got to minimize those big plays if you want to have an opportunity to win. Right now, Santa Maria is operating with first and 10, and they're going hitch again up top, and they love what they have in that receiver.
got some flags going there after the play.
Wow, so we got a late flag after the play, and it looks like that receiver, number 10, is going to be hurt and out.
Helping him back to the bench there.
That's going to be Davion Styles, the wide receiver in DB. He's the guy that made that 60-yard catch early in the first quarter. And he's going to go out to the sideline. Got to wonder if that penalty was attributed to that injury. And that is going to be a personal foul against the Sun, and that's what you can't do when you're trying to stop an offense that's carving you up in the air, is give them extras after they carved you up.
That's their second foul this series.
Wow, so that's 30 hidden yards. You know, Coach Van Horn always talks about that as well. The hidden yardage. We'll add that up as well. So 1st and 10, quarterback rolls right. And he's going to throw that stick route, and it looks like the ball came out. That ball came out. And it looks like the Del Oro comes up with huge defense after the stick route. The linebacker and safety sticks him, and the ball came loose. I saw it pop up from a perfect vantage point, and another huge defensive stop by the Del Oro Sun. Wow. Couldn't tell who caused the fumble, but I see number 23 celebrating and flexing like he did, and you know, usually a guy wearing number 23 is making the play. I'm just saying. Moises Partida.
Is that your number?
I'm just saying, Cam. I'm just saying, man.
Just a guess. Just wondering.
You know that usually you can't get that number unless you're ready to make plays, man. It's one of the prerequisites. So we have a timeout on the field. Del Oro defense with the huge stop. Talk about making big plays. I can't say it enough. That energy they came out of the locker room with.
They were pumped.
They were pumped, Kev. And now we seeing them make plays like they saying it, like they mean it. Amazing work by the Del Oro Suns. Showing out in their first Kern High Network broadcast ever. So kudos to Coach Pete Hernandez. As we said, this is a young program. This is the third season of a school nestled in the southeast corner of my beautiful city, Bakersfield, California. And their first season, they didn't win a game. They went 0-10. Different coaches, different situations. Last year, they went 2-8. First wins in history. Right now, they're 1-1, and they're looking like a team that can win more than 5 games this year, how they're playing offense and defense in this first quarter. So with 4:11 to play, they take over, and now they throw the slant, and that's going to be caught. And he's still wiggling across the 30-yard line, and that's an amazing pass and catch by the Suns.
Big game, and that's a stellar first down.
Wow. Amazing pass and catch on the quick slant. Damian Gracian threw that ball through about 3 defenders, and it was caught with the hands. 1st and 10 Suns. Oh, we got a timeout, and it looks like that's going to be a Saints timeout. We'll see. Oh, and that's going to be a penalty. We didn't get the call. 3, 6,
Encroachment
9.
on the Saints, 5-yard penalty.
Wow, so it's going to be a defender was lined up in the neutral zone, and they blew the play dead, Kev. That's why we didn't see the flag, is because it was thrown right by the feet of the line judge and blocked by the players. I thought it was going to be a timeout. Nonetheless, 1st and 5. Shotgun double set for the Suns. They go quick screen. Quick screen's caught, and Rowley did an amazing hit on the play. That tackle's going to be made by the defender, number 4, Leonardo Gallegos Aguiar. All right, so 2nd and about 6 after the 1-yard loss. 2:53 remaining to play in the first quarter. Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin, joined by future Hall of Famer of film and broadcast, Kevin Willie.
I just do the mopping and the sweeping.
Hey, I'm going to just say what it is, man. I'm going to vote you in. I'm on the board. Shotgun double set. Pass thrown to the left, and that's caught on the quick hitch. Nice catch by number 24, Adrian Gracian. So that's a brother-to-brother connection right there, Kevin Willie.
24, Adrian Gracian brought down.
They said Gracian. I said Gracian. Hopefully at the end of the game I can meet him and figure out which one it is. 1st and 10 for the Suns. Love the precise touch that Gracian has as a quarterback in this early first quarter. He's been very consistent in running this pistol offense. That's going to be handed off inside. Nice job up front by the defensive line, minimizing that to a 2-yard gain. That tackle on the play was made by the linebacker, number 50. And we don't have his number on the roster for Santa Maria. Again, they're focusing on the field. They're not focused on the internet and rosters yet. They're probably saying, we'll update the roster after we figure out who we going to keep, Kev. 2nd and 6. Trips open set for the Suns. He has a man over in the flat, and he throws it into traffic, and it's caught. Amazing catch by the hands of number 13, Victor Campos. The ball was thrown into traffic. 2 defenders right there, and Campos just goes up and muffs them. Amazing catch. Dangerous pass, but amazing catch. Again, the zip on the ball of Gracian. That speed of that ball got there before the defender's hands, and that leads to a first down for the Suns. This offense is clicking. Grayson drops back again, and he's completed another pass, and that pass is going to be caught by Caden Ortega.
Gracie connected up with Ortega.
Grayson getting everything he wants as the Suns march through the Saints. So we have a timeout on the field, but they're going to wind it down, and basically that is going to be the end of the first quarter. So the Suns of Del Oro coming out smoking versus the Santa Maria Saints. We'll take a break on Kern High Network Football and be back with more action right after this. Welcome back to Kern High Network Football. Kenny Calvin and Kevin Willie live from Del Oro High School. Del Oro playing with some amazing energy. The Saints came out, drove down the field, and earned a field goal in their first drive, but then their second drive was a fumble. Right now, Del Oro looking to take advantage, and that's going to be an incomplete pass on the swing route by the Suns. Once again, we want to thank our staff at Del Oro High School, our boss Stan Green, the Kern High School District Superintendents, our sponsors at Valley Strong Credit Union. We definitely want to give a shout out to the Del Oro administration, Principal Brandy Ball, AP of Instruction, my man Chris Dutton, knew me since I was a kid. AP of Administration, Chris Sanchez. And we'll get to the second half of that list after this third down. End around is going to be snuffed out, and that's a huge play again by the defense of Santa Maria, the linebacker, number 50. Huge 6-yard loss. It's going to bring up 4th and 12 for the Suns. Second half of that list of the administration for Del Oro, we got the dean of students, our boy, Miguel Garcia.
Who is that guy? That name sounds familiar.
One of the first faces that handed me my Kern High Network shirt about 8 years ago, Kev. Shout out to Miguel.
It been that long?
Man, it's been that long.
I worked with Miguel as an intern at Channel 17 for a couple of years.
Wow, man, amazing thing. Shout out to Miguel. We're proud of you. The other dean is going to be Justin Brooks. Athletics director is Shannon Sechrist. Activity director is Desmond Ramey. So definitely want to thank our Del Oro staff and administrators. This is a beautiful campus, a beautiful night, beautiful crowd. Here to see if their sons can go to 2-1 on the season. And I want to say, this might be the first ever 2-1 season they ever had. I know it was the first ever 1-0 season they ever had when they started the season off. But right now they're coming out the punt. And this is going to be the first punt for the Suns.
Tanner Finley back to receive for the Saints.
Back deep for the Saints is Tanner Finley. And that's going to touch. That touched them. That touched the Saint. Inadvertently touched by number 10, who was about to catch the ball. And it's fortunately covered by the Saints. They avoid a huge disaster and have it 1st and 10 from the 30 or the 26-yard line.
Saints covering the punt. Starting off 1st and 10 from the 25.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 25. Kudos to the officials calling a very clean game right now. And low snap. And now that's going to be covered up. It is not covered up, and that's going to be recovered by the Suns. Talk about the defense of the Suns. That's going to be picked up by number 22, Richard Romero, with the recovery, and the Suns are back in business. Wow.
That's a tough break for Santa Maria.
Yeah, I mean,
He was grasping for that.
yeah, I mean, it never came above the calves of the center. It was basically just scooted back there like a, I can't remember the name of that Olympic sport where they slide it down the ice right there, but it didn't come a yard above the ground. Option pitch left. It's going to be Ocampo, and that's going to be touchdown Campos. Wow, Victor Campos takes the option pitch from the quarterback and gets to the promised land. Touchdown, Suns. Damian Gracian fakes the dive, runs the speed option left, gets the pitch out to Campos. And you can tell this team is playing inspired football. Kick is up, kick is good. Del Oro Suns up 14-3. We'll be back right after this.
Here we go. Let's stand up. Make some noise for the
All right, we are back on Kern High Network. Del Oro rolling out the red carpet for us in our first ever Kern High Network broadcast on East Panama in Cottonwood, the home of the Suns. And right now, this team is playing with some amazing energy. Points off turnovers leading to points. And now you got another ball dancing on the ground and taken by the Saints. He makes one miss, but he's going to have to make more than that miss. And he's going to be tackled at the 24-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Saints.
Having a little bit of trouble holding on to those balls.
Yeah, number 10, we have him on two different rosters. One roster said Brian Mendez, but the other one said Davion Styles. We're going to go with Davion Styles because the way he's running the football after he gets it, he actually has some style. The kid is very elusive. He already had the long catch earlier, Kev.
He's good with those pass receptions.
Right, but he definitely has to keep his hands on it because that would have been a devastating turnover and put this game into some dark territory for the Saints. Nonetheless, 1st and 10. Trips open set. Single high safety look. Oh, and now you got movement by multiple receivers. Snap count issues going to result in a false start. And that's going to be unfortunate for a team trying to dig itself out the hole in Santa Maria. .10:39 remaining to play in the second quarter. Oh, another bobble snap! And that's going to be a sack again. And the center is having issues for the Saints. This shotgun formation starting to be very unpredictable, as that's the second snap issue we've seen early. So that's going to take it back to 2nd and about 20 for the Saints.
Definitely not where you want to be.
This ain't where you want to be. Trips open. Pass over the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. Oh, and they call PI. They call pass interference. It looks like tough coverage over the middle by that defensive back, but you got an official that has a better view than me, about 7 yards behind him, that said he may have got there early, so that's going to be an automatic first down. And let's get the call from the White Hat. Yep, that's going to be pass interference.
Oh, that's a lucky break for Santa Maria for sure.
Absolutely.
Chews up a lot of yardage there that they were in a deficit with.
Yep, Kevin. I mean, I thought that was going to be an automatic first down. Oh, another high snap. More snap issues for the Saints, and that ball's still loose. And it's going to be covered by the Saints. So, you know, when you have a young football team and it's early in the season, you're trying to find players that you can depend on. Right now, Coach Gutierrez is hoping that he can get his center to just get the ball to the quarterback, because we've seen the offense of Santa Maria Saints make some plays when the quarterback can get the ball, but right now they're having issues just getting him the snap. So now it's going to be 3rd and about 25, and they're going to hand that ball off on a draw, and that's a nice decision as they get out at the 18-yard line before he's tackled. And great job by the defense, led by number 11.
Damien Hernandez on the carry.
Great job by number 11 and the rest of his defenders, Jaden Madera and Ivan.
Looks like we get to see the punt team.
All right, so we'll see the punt team of Santa Maria for the first time. Back deep. For the Suns is Elias Reyes.
Hernandez back to punt for the Saints.
Hernandez will punt for the Saints. Suns looking like they're in a return, and that's a high snap. He gets it, and that's a high kick. Nice high punt. Takes a Saints bounce, and that's an amazing punt. That's going to be about 40 yards to flip field position for the Saints. So one of the things we like to do is also talk about some of the other scores. We'll try to get some of those to you. 8:03 to play in the second quarter. Kenny Calvin and Kevin Willie. That is the sound of the band from the Del Oro Suns. They got a beautiful track, beautiful stadium. A lot of beautiful people out here supporting the program that look like it's playing some beautiful football. And they fake the screen, and they go with the pop pass inside, and that's going to be caught. Caden Ortega snags that quick pop pass. Oh, now they're bringing that back to the original line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be incomplete, where it'll be 2nd and 10. So again, special thanks to our officials. All these guys doing the hard work so we can make sure that we actually have games being played. Calling a very clean game tonight. Pistol formation for the Suns. They hand it off inside, and he makes a move, and that's a nice job on the inside zone read.
To the 47-yard line. And that's a stellar first down.
First down yardage is gained, and I got to tell you, this Del Oro offense is looking crispy against this Santa Maria defense. Santa Maria comes from the Ocean League, some tough teams in that conference. They've taken some beatings early in this season. We've seen them have some potential to make big plays during this game, But if they're not able to stop this kind of run game with the quick screen game of that quarterback in Grayson,
5-yard pickup by
it's going to be a long night for the Saints. We got a big one happening across town
Ball on the 48, second down.
with the other half of our broadcast crew. Hopefully we can get some score updates from those guys. But right now we got a 2nd and 5 for the Suns, and they're going to be operating on that option. And Grayson is slammed.
Oh,
Taken down on a huge tackle by number 55, Emmanuel Perez Hernandez, flying down the line of scrimmage with that 55 on, looking like a guy that grew up down the street named Joey Porter. Ask about him. He's being inducted into the Ring of Honor for the Colorado State Rams this weekend.
wow.
Third and 7. Santa Maria Saints playing some inspired defense. But now you got Grayson, and that's a lateral that he throws back, but it's caught. And he makes a man miss. And oh my goodness, across the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Suns! Amazing job on the catch by number 6, Darian Sterling. He caught the lateral pass from Grayson at about the 40-yard line and then just skated, stuck one foot in the ground, got up the field, and outran the whole Santa Maria defense to pay dirt. Touchdown.
He had some
Suns.
nice zigzag moves there around.
Kev, it was
around
beautiful.
breaking those tackles.
It was beautiful because he started to go wide and he said, stuck that foot in the dirt. Kick is up, kick is good.
And it's good.
But again, he stuck that foot in the dirt, Kev, and shot right through that C gap on the outside. And he made that safety miss, and he shot it off on him. Amazing job by Darian Sterling. And man, this Del Oro offense is looking beautiful. Coach Hernandez, you doing it. You're doing the thing, man. I'm telling you, you're showing out for your first ever Del Oro broadcast at home. That's how you do it, Kev.
I'm sure that's what he told them in the locker room before they came out with all that energy. Come on, guys.
I bet you did, and you said that.
Kern
too.
High Network's here.
You said that, Kev. you talked about how special it is for them to have an opportunity to establish their legacy now. You guys are the seniors, the juniors and seniors that started this school. This is your history being created right now, and what better way to do it on your first ever Kern High Network broadcast while we here. All right, so the Saints take the ball on the 10. Styles has made some plays, but right now he's going against an inspired defense, and oh my goodness, you got some big time hitting going on as number 42 for the Saints pancaked one of the defenders for the Suns.
Somebody hold up some fingers in front of him. Make sure he's got
Right. Derek Villalobos was out there serving pancakes for dinner tonight. That was nice. He did try to help him up afterward. That was a class act.
I've seen that on several plays from the Santa Maria team. They
class acts. I mean, and I've always told people, I always want to be the kind of guy that after I punch you in the mouth, I'm going to help you up, man. Class acts. All right. Defense of the Saints the Suns trying to make a play, and they do. Almost a sack, but great effort by the quarterback of the Saints, and now you see the frustration bubbling over.
right after we give him a good compliment.
Right.
Well, that happens.
Yeah, he said, Kev, don't make us look too nice out here. We trying to be tough. We still got a game to play.
Tough first, nice later.
5:02 to play in this second quarter. Kitty Calvin and Kevin Willie.
For the Saints.
Fun fact, as Santa Maria gets ready to snap the ball on 2nd and 10, me and Kev are both musicians. We both love music, and we both love broadcasting football. As the Suns have some great penetration on the D-line, but yeah, that's the beauty of having the opportunity to share the booth with you, Kev, is that, you know, we have many different interests that drive our passion off camera, but we also love doing what we do for Kern High Network, especially on the first ever broadcast. Trips open set, pistol formation for the Saints. Quarterback looks left, rolls left, throws it back against the field, and that's a no-no, and he gets lucky as that's defended very well by Prince Roberts. All right, so that's going to bring up 4th down for the Suns. They tried it. They tried to go with the matchup on the backside. I talked about trips open set for you guys to give you an idea of what trips is when you take 3 receivers and put them on the other side. Sometimes you do that just to create a mismatch for your backside. They try to do that, but covered very well by the by the Suns. All right, so this quarterback is about 15 yards deep. That's a long snap for your long snapper, but he gets a high one off, and that's a nice punt. That's a beautiful punt. This is the second beautiful punt, and that's going to be a nice one. Oh, and they could have let it roll some more, but they down it at about 50 yards. That could have kept rolling to about 60 yards had they not get on that. Amazing effort by the punter. All right, 4:01 to play. Del Oro Suns up 21. Santa Maria Saints came out smoking with a 60-yard pass in the first quarter, but since then turned the ball over and haven't done much with it other than punt due to some tough, hostile defense of Coach Hernandez and his sons. Call you son because you shine like one. Ball is snapped. That's going to be a quick slant, and that's going to be caught. Amazing slant. Pass and catch, and this combination of Ernest Jones.
Pass is incomplete.
Oh, they called it incomplete. It looked good. He sold that very well, too.
Intended for Ernest Jones.
He was trying.
He was trying.
Had to come back out and put his helmet on. But
Yeah, that helmet comes off. You got to come off. Luckily, he gets back in, and that's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Suns offense. Bobbled snap. It's going to be handoff on the read zone, and that's going to be a flag on the backside. Looks like it's going to be a holding on number 71. Angel Lopez.
Penalty on the play.
And that's going to back them up. Very interesting that right now that on the penalty, the clock is still running. We have a 21-3 game. Usually the clock runs once we get to a 35-point game. You know, but you may have a situation where if you're Santa Maria and you know you're fighting an uphill battle, you're not really worried about that clock ticking too much, as it gives you opportunity to get back to the locker room. Nonetheless, shotgun pistol formation for Grayson. And that's going to be caught on the quick hitch up top. He's going to be tackled after a 9-yard gain and bring it up 2nd and short.
Santa Maria player there slow getting up.
Oh, man, we hate seeing injuries.
Pass caught by Adrian Gracie and brought down by number 2.
And that's going to be number 18 for the Saints, getting up slow. Alex Angeles Bardagan, the wide receiver and defensive back. Good to see him getting up, and that'll bring up 3rd and 11. And that clock did stop on the injury timeout. Gives us a chance to thank our team and staff at the Kern High School District Superintendent's office. Our boss, the Hall of Famer, Stan Green. I know he's excited for the weekend. We're going to have him up for our Bakersfield College football game tomorrow. If you're not aware, everybody is in free at the Bakersfield College football game tomorrow. It's the 70th anniversary of the stadium. If you ever played football for the Bakersfield College Renegades, you will be recognized as you sign in and get your badge. It's going to be a beautiful night.
Timeout, Suns.
Never played football there, but I performed in that stadium a lot of times.
Beautiful. You know, and that's the symbolism of having the opportunity to be a musician in that stadium. We talk about all of the different ways the stadium means something to people. My first memory of the Renegade football stadium, other than seeing the Renegades play, was being an elementary track kid. And we got to do the city meets there. And I remember getting my first ribbon for taking third place in the 4x1. You know, and you're like, man, this looks like the Olympics. You know, as a kid, you never realized how special it was to be in that place.
Yeah. 70 years.
70 years. Our boss, Stan Green, is the quarterback for the 1988 National Championship Renegade team. It's going to be an amazing day tomorrow. But right now we got the Suns taking a shot, and they got a man, and that's going to be caught. And Campos is showing out. It's going to be a Campos show live at Del Oro Suns Stadium. Victor Campos. Wow.
Victor Campos with the good reception game.
Damian Gracian with the amazing touchdown. Throws the bomb right down the seam to Victor Campos, and Victor Campos is working on a T-shirt tonight. Wow. Del Oro Suns go up 27. Kick is up, making it 28.
And it's good.
And that's going to be good. Wow. So we talked about how crispy this offense is looking. We do have a flag. It's going to be a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, versus the Santa Maria Saints. That frustration starting to boil in, and nothing can bring it out of you like a 60-yard bomb right down the belly. So it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Suns will be applied to the kickoff.
2:12 remaining to play. Kenny Calvin and Kevin Willie, and we have been welcomed by an inspired Del Oro football team. I know one thing. This team won 2 games last year. They're definitely going to outdo that this year. They're already working on win number 2 in week 3. Playing some inspired football. And I got to tell you, beautiful campus, beautiful sunset, and right now we're seeing some beautiful offense, defense, and special teams by the Del Oro Suns and Coach Hernandez. Kick is taken at the 25-yard line, and you're dancing back and forth. You're going to have to outrun a lot of people, and that's not going to get it. And he's taken down at the 30-yard line, all the way back to the 27-yard line. Forward progress will have him at the 32.
Yeah, you don't want to find yourself running backwards. That's
I mean, and Kev, what people don't get is that the field sideline to sideline is 50 yards. So when you're running back and forth, east and west, as we call it, you're really covering a lot of ground, but not a lot of ground the right way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to stick your foot in the ground and get what you can north and south. And that's what made that pass play so special when Del Oro threw that pass on that
Saints
swing
taking
pass,
over, 1st and
that
10.
running back noticed he was going wide and stuck his foot in the ground and got right up the field, north and south. And you see the results when you do that. Sometimes as athletes, and I used to do that when I was in elementary, you're trying to make people miss and juke, but you're standing in one place. Got to get north and south. Quarterback rolls right for the Saints. Oh, and it's nearly picked off. Nearly picked off by the lineman. Oh, and you know he would have been happy. He would have been the happiest man on campus. Angel DeLeon, if the defensive lineman could have came away with that interception. (28-3). Del Oro Saints. Santa Maria looking to just get to the locker room without
Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
any more issues. Here's a situation where you're probably hoping to run the football and get this clock down, because continuing to take shots, you give them the ball back again, we might have 30-plus before this half's even over, and that's what they do. He keeps the ball, and he runs it right up the A gap, and that's exactly why I said do it. Give your guys on the ground an opportunity, and now you got a late flag coming from some action happening right at the 46-yard
Number
line.
12, Tanner Finley on the carry.
Tanner Finley on the carry. And we'll get the call from the White Hat. And that's going to be holding. Wow, so that's why that run was so nice. It's going to be a hold. Well, but this is the thing. The spot of the foul is actually after the 10-yard line first down marker. I mean, not the 10-yard line, but the down marker.
Yeah, the down marker.
So it's going to be a first down carry, but a spot foul. It should be. But
38. Ball on the 38.
actually, it's going to be repeated down. Oh, and now there's that low snap. And again,
Picked up.
so many snap issues for the quarterback. And he lets it fly, but it's going to be incomplete.
He could have, if he'd held on to that, he'd have been better off.
Yeah, I thought he had enough momentum to at least get about
Past the line
four.
of scrimmage.
Yeah,
and
getting past the line. Nonetheless, Kev, that's a dead ball pass out of bounds, which stops the clock, right?
I say that, but I've never been a kid down there on the field
Number 12.
Oh, no, that was a great assessment.
in the
Kev.
middle of a play.
Definitely a great assessment. And here they go right back to the ground on the keeper just to try to keep that clock rolling, and that's going to yield nothing but a yard, making it 4th and about
Tackle
7.
made by Joseph Rodriguez.
Jesse Rodriguez on the tackle for the Suns. So the Del Oro Suns came out looking very much like the West Point
37.
football team, and they are playing like they are some soldiers
Timeout,
tonight
Suns.
with this 28-3 lead. And the Suns take that timeout to stop the clock with 1:10. That gives us a chance to highlight this amazing staff and administration of Del Oro, Principal Brandy Ball, AP of Instruction, my man, Chris Dutton, AP of Administration, Chris Sanchez, Dean of Students, Miguel Garcia, and Justin Brooks, Athletics Director, Shannon Sechrist, Activities Director, Desmond Ramey. We thank all of you for allowing us to bring the Kern High Network to you tonight, live at Del Oro High School. We want to thank our sponsors at Valley Strong Credit Union and the rest of our staff working other games across town. I'm hoping for some scores. If you're listening out there, go ahead and text me, Facebook me, inbox me at Ken Christ. Send me some scores. All right, 4th and 7, and Santa Maria is looking to punt. They've had some issues, but the long snapper has been on point. And this punter is acting like he wants to be player of the game. That's taking a bounce, taking it at the 22. And that's going to be taken down by Reyes. Nearly a horse collar, but grabs jersey.
7-yard return.
I thought he had him by the arm.
All right, so Elias Reyes taken out at the 37-yard line, and with 1 minute to play in this first half, and you're Coach Hernandez, you're looking to score right here. You have 2-minute offense. You're in good field position at the 38-yard line. Don't be surprised you see them try one of those misdirection throwback passes again, because this secondary of the Saints, Kev, is looking like they are tired and not wanting to cover guys. And that's exactly what they do. Double move. Oh, amazing route on the backside by number 14, Ernest Jones. But the ball just thrown a little bit too deep. Corner on the coverage was number 10, Styles. And Styles is pretty gassed. He's one of their only offensive weapons. And he's having to try to cover a guy like Jones, and that's a tough task. With your back against the wall. All right, 2nd and 10, 56 seconds to play in this first half. Kenny Calvin and Kevin Willie. Trips open set for the Suns. Suns quarterback drops back, and and that's going to be a flag on the backside as the feet got tangled up. Usually when the feet get tangled up, they say incidental contact, but what you got to wonder is if that defender was also holding, but they do call that pass interference, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Saints, or for the Suns, I should say. Wow, so more salt on the wounds if you're Santa Maria, giving up that penalty there on an incomplete pass, but that was a nice skinny post that they ran on this backside. And I talked about trips away usually means one-on-one coverage. And look, the safety's in the middle. So you're going to continue to try to take advantage. Now they go screen up top, and that's a nice job. Oh, and he's still on his feet after breaking a couple of tackles.
Shaking and baking down to the
amazing job
34-yard
by the
line.
receiver of the Suns, and they are marching. 43 seconds to play in this half. Low snap. Oh, and that's going to be a sack on the play. Bringing up 4th down. And with 30 seconds to play, you got to wonder if the Saints are really realizing that the clock is ticking, because they just let about 12 seconds go off the clock before they called the timeout.
Last snap, 2nd and 10.
All right, shotgun double set for the Suns. Quarterback drops back, throws right, and that's going to be caught by Ernest Jones. Nice job on the out and getting out of bounds. For a second, it looked like he was going to be tackled in bounds, but again, Grayson loving this matchup on the backside with Jones going against the receiver and DB Styles.
8-yard pickup, 3rd and 2.
Shotgun double set, pistol formation for Grayson. Grayson looking for a man. He has one, and he throws it, and it's deep. Oh, and that's going to be incomplete. He had 2 men back there.
Styles on the coverage.
Styles makes the play, making it incomplete. Now you have a 3rd and about 3.
We haven't had any time to take off the clock last 2 plays. So I don't know what
right. And so we have an officials timeout. They're probably talking about clock issues as well. I'm going to use my binoculars and test my mouth lip reading skills. Oh, and they're saying that you got to run the clock So we had some clock issues, and right now they're getting on top of it. Salute to the White Hat, making sure that everything is good. And they put it at 15 seconds. So 3rd and 2 for Grayson and the Suns with 15 seconds to play. Grayson looking to take a shot. He's getting pressured. He gets outside, and he's going to make a man miss and get out of bounds after first down yardage. So Damian Grayson putting on a show. Very impressed with this offense of Del Oro and Damian Grayson. So they haven't moved the sticks yet. And we have the White Hat giving
Another clock issue.
another clock issue update. So right now the clock reads 13 seconds. They're saying it should say 7 seconds. All right, so it's a first down for the Suns. Trips open set for Grayson, who's been very effective all half. And right now they're looking to take advantage to try to get something going. They spike the ball to stop the clock. With 6 seconds left to play in the first half, the Suns playing some very inspired football under the direction
Going to give their kicker a shot at it.
of Pete Hernandez. And right now, Coach Hernandez brings out his kicker. It's going to be number 18, Jared Hernandez. High snap, kick is up, and it's good.
And it's good.
Amazing kick
Jared Hernandez, what a kick.
by Hernandez. 37-yard kick is good, and that is the end of the half. We will be back with second half action on Kern High Network.
Give it up for the Delaware Chew Squad.
All right, welcome back to second half action live on Kern High Network. Kenny Calvin and Kevin Woolley. The Del Oro Suns, led by Damian Gracian and Victor Campos, have come out smoking in this first half to build a 31-3 lead. Santa Maria had a promising first drive and then just gave up a whole lot. And now they're giving up a late personal foul on this first play of the second half. So Kevin Woolley, you know, I always talk about my legendary coach Rick Van Horn, who took the night off, but he always talks about the hidden yardage and why it's so important for teams that aren't so good to not do things like that.
And especially coming out right after halftime. I mean, you've had a chance to regroup and have a talk and know what you're supposed to focus on when you come out, and to have that right off the first kickoff.
It's the reason why coaches have gray hair or none at all. That's what it is. So, you know, like we just talked about, you're in the locker room at halftime. The first thing you're talking about is all the mistakes you made. You don't want to see a mistake on the first snap, and that's what happens for Santa Maria. And now they got to deal with this hot Del Oro offense from midfield, and that's going to be handed off inside.
Brought down by number 55, Emmanuel Hernandez.
So that carry was about 4 yards, brings up 2nd and 6, maybe 7 for the Suns. Damian Gracian has had a very impressive first half. I wish we had guys like the great Stephen Lynch. He used to come to some of our games and do stats, man, but my man Lynch retired. Now he's probably just watching from the house. 2nd and 6. They go jet sweep, and that's Campos. You know what he can do when he gets the ball, and he makes it happen again. He makes a man miss, and he's across the first down, and he's across the 30, and he's still on his feet. Out at the 22-yard line, Victor Campos is balling tonight.
Yeah, they say you got to wrap him up. Get your arms around and get him down, but he's going that fast. That's hard to do.
Yeah, easier said than done, man. And Kev, you know, I'm fortunate to be a Hall of Fame defensive back. But if I just sit up here and act like I ain't missed a tackle or two, I'd be lying, man. Especially when you got a guy like Campos coming at you. This kid is very dynamic. Coach Hernandez and the Suns have been very effective in this pistol offense. They go a jet sweep again, and that's going to be outside across the 20. He makes another man miss, and it's tackled at the 16, maybe 15-yard line. Caden Ortega. We talked about the skill position guys. We talked about the backs. But you can't have the success that they're having without guys like Jesus Gaxiola and other linemen on the inside that are doing very well for the Suns. Angel Lopez. Angel Garcia and a few others.
Here we go.
Jesus Gaxiola, we already talked about him, but these guys have been pushing the paint inside and creating some great run lanes for this Del Oro offense.
Joshua Long was carried, brought down.
That time you had number 21, Joshua Long, who's getting some opportunities. So kudos to Coach Hernandez giving some guys on the sideline an opportunity to come in. As this team is threatening to score on their first drive of the second half. Pistol doubles formation. Handoff again to Long, and Long is going to have about 6 yards, bringing up 2nd and 4 inside the 10-yard line.
Long with the carry, 5-yard pickup.
So we came out tonight. We definitely want to highlight the fact that
Knocking on the door from the 5-yard
this
line.
is the first ever Kern High Network broadcast at a Del Oro home football game. So what better way for them to show out? For me and Kevin Willie with a 31-3 first half lead. Now they're looking like they're getting pay dirt on this next couple of plays as they go inside run, and that's going to be handed off
Caden Ortega
to Ortega, and he's going to be taken down
driving his way down
at the
to
2-yard line.
line.
It was very interesting. It's going to be 3rd and short, but they do have an opportunity to get a first down inside the 1-yard line.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's definitely crazy. Imagine having 4 more plays from
Well,
inside
to
the
go
one.
half a yard.
Derek Villalobos.
Fun fact, I was on a defense that had some stops over here in this neck of the woods on 6 plays inside the 5-yard line before, Kev. But right now, you got a handoff inside, and that's going to be
And that's a
touchdown,
touchdown,
son.
Suns.
Joshua Long. And that offensive line of the Suns looking to put Santa Maria on the bus early. Number 64, Michael Kelly, the offensive lineman, leading the way. And I made a point to give the big man in the trenches all that love on the first drive because big fellas need love too. I got love for my fools in the trenches, as my Coach Castro calls
Kick
them.
is up.
Kick is up and kick is
And
good.
it's good.
We'll stay here. We do have an extra whistle. Let's see what's happening.
Yeah, does look like there's a flag down there on the 13. Whitehead's picking it up.
Okay. And that's going to be an inadvertent flag.
No
So
penalty on the play.
we'll stay here. Del Oro Suns up 38-3.
Hey, let's get
Has to
standing
be
up
one of
for
the
kickoff.
biggest
Let's
scoring
go.
games in their history. I'm going to try to get some of those games from past year's scores. I know they won two games last year, but I don't know if they've ever scored this many points. This is beautiful. Special thanks to the Del Oro administration, Principal Brady Bell, AP of Instruction, my man, Chris Dutton, AP of Administration, Chris Sanchez, our other man, Miguel Garcia, Dean of Students, our former Kern High Network brother. He's along with Justin Brooks, operating in the Dean's office, Shannon Sechrist, Athletics Director, and Activities Director, Desmond Ramey. We also want to thank our boss, the Hall of Famer, 1988 national champion for the BC Renegades, Stan Green, and our staff at the Kern High School District Superintendent's office, especially Deanna, who emailed me back this week. She's one of my favorite people during football season. But that kick's going to be taken at the 2, and that's a great swarming defense, a special teams unit. And that's number 11.
Number 11, Ivan
Ivan Jaime.
Yeah, Deanna, and then I go back, way back to West High.
Beautiful. I remember my first day going in to the office as an employee when I started working at Bakersfield High, and I was having to jump through some hoops, and she came out of the office and let them know, hey, he's been working for us for 9 years. Don't do him like that. And I was able to get a few things done. I was like, hey, I don't mind being the new guy at Deanna. She was like, you're not new. You've been working with us for 9 years. So definitely love Deanna and all the staff at the office
coming to
who help us be present at these amazing events. And right now it's a beautiful night on the southeast side. Beautiful full moon overshadowing the Arvin and Lamont area on the southeast side.
Speaking of staff, we got Javier down there on the track shooting videos and pictures for Achieve magazine.
We got Javier. I call him 2 Max. Not 2 Chainz, 2 Max, because one day he had his extra Mac and saved the broadcast. So shout out to Javier Valdez, a.k.a. 2 Max. He's one of our brains behind the scenes that helps things go, the oil to the machine. Grateful for you, Javier. All right, 3rd and short for Santa Maria. Santa Maria looking to do the best they can to keep that offense of the Del Oro Suns off the field. They haven't had much luck since that first drive.
3rd and 1.
Right now they got movement. So unfortunate as you're looking to get that 3rd and short, and that's going to be a false start by some tired linemen of the Saints. So that'll back them up and make this a 3rd and 6 play. And it's continuing to be an uphill battle
On the 11-yard line.
for the team from the coast. Pass is thrown on a quick stick route, and that looked like it's going to be short. That's a great tackle. Looks like that was
Quick hit picked
Number
up by
4.
Matt Navarro.
Gavin Roberson. And that tackle
Brought down by
was
Chris
amazing
Roberts
because
for
it
Suns.
prevented first down yardage.
4th and 1, big play here. Let's make some noise.
Santa Maria is going to look to punt because you don't want to give the
Punt
ball
team on
back
the field.
That
Elias Reyes
close.
back
on
to
your
receive for the
15-yard
Suns.
line. So great defense, inspired defense by the Del Oro Suns. High snap. This punter has been putting on a show for them. That's one thing that they can be proud of.
False start again on
And
the
another
San
false
Luis
start.
Saints.
Is going to back the Saints up. So we are at 38-3 with 5 minutes left to play in this 3rd period. You would usually see the running clock by now, and it may have stopped based on that penalty, and that's exactly what happens as they continue to whine.
Tough field possession for the Saints.
And as
here.
fans, you're probably wondering, why do you do that? Well, when you have a lopsided game like this and another beautiful punt. Oh, it's going to be muffed.
But picked up by number 24,
Adrian Gracian
Adrian Grayson.
gets on it and avoids the muff. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Del Oro Suns. .440 to play in this 3rd quarter. Kenny Calvin and Kevin Willie.
On the 47-yard line, 1st and 10.
But it's been the Del Oro Suns show tonight. This offense has gotten everything they want. Pistol doubles formation for Gracian. And they go back to that inside run to Josh Long. And Josh Long is carrying the bulk of the load in this 2nd half. And he's going to have a 6 to 7 yard gain on 1st down again.
Number 21, Long with the carry.
2nd and 3 for the Suns.
7-yard pickup.
So while we have such a score, we will try to check some scores. And tonight you have Arvin facing Boron. Boron's up 12-6. Right now you got Gracian looking to scramble and make a play, and he's going to have 1st down yardage. This kid is special, but now it looks like he might have pulled a hamstring as he goes out of bounds.
19, Jamie Grayson is down.
And that's one of the things that you definitely hate to see in a game where your quarterback, and hopefully it's just some cramping. It's very likely some cramps on this humid, warm evening. So as the staff checks on Gracian, you also have a kid from Santa Maria down with cramps as well. That's going to be number 4. And he's going to bounce back up, which kind of lets you know that it's exactly what that was, a quick cramp.
Get out the pickle juice, as my guitar player says.
Man, get out the pickle juice. Just the pickle juice,
Just
not
the pickle juice.
back. It's just the juice. All right, 3:38 to play. let's get back to some of those scores while we have a quick break. And it does look like it's going to be possible cramping for Grayson, who's having a phenomenal game. He's definitely in the conversation for POG player of the game. But we have a couple scores. West High School, my linebacker, Chad Greider, and his West High Vikings up 35-7. Definitely going to be a happy group of Vikings coming back from Burroughs.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. You know, I talked to my teammate Chad last week, and he said he had a rough one a couple weeks ago. You know, it felt like some calls didn't go his way towards the end of a tough game, so it's good to see him get the victory over Burroughs as they're up 35-7. Right now, Liberty is looking at a 35-14 deficit, and we'll get back to more scores, but right now it's 2nd and 6. And you got the backup quarterback throwing a swing pass to Long, who falls, and that's going to be incomplete. That backup quarterback is number 16. That is David Jimenez. Jimenez or Jimenez, depending on where they came from and who they know. Independence. This is a big one. Number 10, Independence, is up 16 over Centennial with 6.
Wow.
But you got to remember, Centennial's playing without Jet Santiago, who was injured a few weeks ago. Ball's handed off to Campos. Campos eats up the angle, and this kid is special. Makes another man miss, but that's going to be a flag right at the point of contact. And that looks like that's definitely going to be heading back the other way, so it gives us the opportunity to talk some more scores. Wasco, number 11 Wasco, up big over Ocean League team Morro Bay, 35-8, and that's the second quarter.
Oh,
wow.
That would have been a game.
Yep.
My dad's a former Wasco Tiger who lived in Morro Bay. He's
beautiful.
no longer with us, but
beautiful history.
That would have been a fun game to watch.
Well, Kev, fun fact, my wife and her whole family is from Wasco High. Shout out to the Harrison family and my mother-in-law, father-in-law. My grandpa Lee is the oldest living Wasco resident. He got the plaque. Shout out to Grandpa Lee. I want to say he's 95. Just had his 95th birthday. All right, BCHS up big over Central Valley Christian High School, 35-3. Chavez losing 28-0 to Menachie. McFarland up over Granite Hills. And we'll give a couple other scores as we have another penalty in the false start. So I guess the football teams in the crowd wants to keep hearing about these scores too, since we got penalties. Granite Hills and McFarland. McFarland up 28-22. That's a big one for McFarland. Garces up 21-2 over Bishop Union. And Frontier is trailing Clovis 14-7. And you got EB at Foothill. We have no score on that. We'll try to get that one. Let's check last night's scores as well. Last night you had Fraser Mountain go up 41 over Valley Oaks Christian. All right, 3rd and 20 plus. Swing pass to the right to Long, makes one miss, gets out to about the 43-yard line.
Joshua Long.
Whoa, Highland took a tough tumble to Kennedy, 41-7. Tehachapi, number 9 Tehachapi, beats Taft 49-7. Wow, listen to this score. North High 44, Delano 0. South beats Golden Valley 21-17. Sunnyside beat Ridgeview 22-14. Ridgeview was actually leading that game 14-13 when I went to sleep. So that's a tough one. But that's a beautiful punt. Oh, and you got an injured son. We have an injured son, and that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. We will take a break and be back on Kern High Network right after this. Oh, he's still down. That's not good. I didn't see what happened either.
They look like they're stretching his leg, so.
Oh, it's cramping. Okay.
So it looks like it's just going to be cramping.
Hey, he was squirming like one of those European soccer players.
You got a ride to the game. You want to call or contact whoever gave you a ride, whoever's going to pick you up, and make sure you give them a head start to get to the game. If you got a ride to the game, you want to call, contact, and give a head start to get picked up from the game.
All right, we are back. It looks like it was a cramp for Aaron Esquivel. And Santa Maria is going to have the football.
Esteban Rosales with the carry.
After a first down carry of a couple yards with 2nd and 8.
And number 54, Angel De Leon.
So we joked as Aaron Esquivel appeared to have a cramp. You know, when he went down, it looked like it was a little more serious than that. But if you ever had one of those cramps, you definitely know how painful it can be. And the great Kevin Willie was reminiscing on one of his cramps after his 100-meter dash. Ball is thrown, and that's going to be picked off. And that's going to be, oh my goodness, to the house. Couple men to beat. Oh, and he's going to be taken down at the 7-yard line, but that's a huge interception by number 11, Ivan Hymick. Oh, and now we have another cramp. But the cramps are out tonight.
Almost taken back to the house.
So with 11:06 to play, we have another cramp out there. So we're going to stay here based on the fact that we can identify what kind of injury it is, and it isn't that serious. Gives us the opportunity to definitely thank everybody who's involved in putting these great events together. The staff at Del Oro High School, our boss at the Kern High School District Superintendent's Office, the Hall of Famer Stan the Man Green. He's going to be a pregame show guest tomorrow up at Bakersfield College. Remember, there's a 70th anniversary of the stadium tomorrow at Bakersfield College. Everybody in the city is in free. Our stadium holds over 25,000 people. How do I know? I played in front of 27,000 in the stadium. So if 27,000 people want to go to the game tomorrow, all of y'all can get in free. Let's pack the house and show out. for the Renegades' first home game. But right now, you got movement by the Suns, and this running clock at 10:27. They're going to back them up. It'll still be first and goal from that point. And how about that cool breeze that we feel, Kev?
That's nice.
Oh, my goodness. Feel like a little San Diego-ish.
It's worth climbing up that ladder for.
Absolutely. Trips open set for the Suns. Quarterback drops back, and that was incomplete. One thing we never saw Damian Grayson come back in the game, and it's been David Jimenez getting it in this second half. You got to think that it's possibly because of this huge lead. You don't want to put Grayson back in the game as well as he played. He's definitely a player of the game candidate, but with the game pretty much in hand, I got to give it some real consideration to the guy number 13 who's been showing out. Victor Campos. This kid has multiple plays from different perspectives. But this has been a total team game in 3 phases of football. So in my collegiate career, we talked about 3 phases of football, and that will be offense, defense, and special teams, right? From the offensive standpoint, you want to minimize turnovers and convert on third down. Del Oro's offense has done that very well tonight. I don't know if they've turned the ball over at all. I can't remember if Santa Maria has forced any turnovers. If they have, it hasn't been many. Defensively, they've minimized the big plays.
They're moving backwards right now. That's the third motion call they've.
All right, and that happens once you start subbing people in. You're getting backups in, and right there you have Jimenez with the keeper. But again, 3 phases of football. Defense, they gave up that one huge big play at the first drive. After that, they bowled up. They haven't given anything up. And that 3 points that they got from that first drive was the only 3 points that St. Mary's has been able to accumulate against this defense. That's some phenomenal defense. Special teams play. They haven't allowed any punt returns or kickoff returns to really affect the game, which is a great way to keep an offense that's sputtering from getting back into it. That's huge from a special teams coverage standpoint. From an offensive standpoint on special teams, they've made every kick tonight, Kev. They haven't missed any kicks. So to see them come out and cover kicks like they have on special teams, not allow big returns, and also make all of their kicks, you got to give it up to this team in all 3 phases of football, and that just tells you that you have a well-coached unit by Coach Pete Hernandez, I'm sure that's Pete Jr., I'm going to assume, Michael Dominguez, Alexander Morales, Dominique Maiden, Isaiah Guillen, and Joe Pearson. Kudos to that staff. And on the other side of the football, you have a team in Santa Maria who has yet to win a game, and they've only scored 9 points through 3 games. So it's a period for them to kind of figure out, hey, who's with us? Because in some of these games, you can tell the body language changes once you get down a few points, and then all of a sudden people aren't showing up.
Yeah,
but now
that's an interception right there.
And that's exactly the point that I'm making. In games like this, you want to find out who's still with me. And as we saying that, you get the amazing play by the defensive back in Alex Angeles Barragan, and he gets the interception. And I'm glad that happened in that moment, because as a former coach, one thing I love to point out in lopsided games is sometimes as a recruiter, I'm coming to a game, I might be watching the kid on the winning team, but if I'm still at the game, I'm watching the losing team too. And if it's one kid that inspires me, I might pick him up too.
Yeah, you're at the tail end of a game where you're down 38-3, and you're still in there playing, working hard.
Yeah, you got to admire that. It's very easy to roll over when you're being rolled over, right? But when you got guys that are continuing to fight, no matter what the scoreboard dictates, those are the kind of guys you can depend on in weeks to come if you're Santa Maria Saints. You know, so let's see what they can do with this offensive opportunity. We got to change that quarterback. Oh, and now you got another high snap. They've had high snap issues all night, and that's going to be a huge sack by number 54, Angel DeLeon. So with 5:55 remaining to play in the fourth quarter, you know, we talked about player of the game. We talked about the team's approach. Before we get down too low, I want to talk about the kid who I didn't even hear of before the game, coming out to be one of the most explosive players I've seen all season, and that's Victor Campos. Victor Campos had some huge catches, some huge runs, but he also made some plays defensively as well, if I'm not mistaken. And when you got a young team looking to establish the history that we talked about, Kev, it's beautiful to see those kind of guys step up and make a name for themselves on the first ever broadcast, first ever home broadcast in school history. You gotta love it. I don't have a year in school for Victor Campos, but if this kid's an underclassman, you definitely looking to something special in the future. But this punter for St. Mary's, or Santa Maria, I should say, has been lights out for them, and one of the only bright spots that they've had, as he's probably averaging about 43 yards a punt after that last punt, which is very impressive.
Trying to get your ride here to pick you up would be right now.
So with 4:35 remaining to play, they stop the clock. Gives us time once again to thank the staff and administration of this amazing Del Oro campus. I even saw some of my fellow SAM units out there working. Shout out to Amber, one of my co-workers that worked on campus with me a few days last year. Shout out to my SAM units. They keep the campuses safe, do all the heavy lifting so that our students and attendees are safe. That ball's handed off inside. We're going to go ahead and put a stamp on it that Victor Campos is going to be our Kern High Network player of the game for this 38-3 contest. I mean, Damian Gracian had an amazing game as well. He was calling all the shots, operating the offense. They ran a lot of speed option, some wing T stuff. But the legs of Campos turned out to be the story, along with that offensive line. Very impressive. And now he's got a nice catch. Oh. He's going to be taken out at the 34-yard line. Nice catch.
To number 24, Adrian Grayson.
And we're going to try to make it out of here without some more cramps, but we definitely got another one, and the clock is stopped with 3:26 to play. That gives us a chance to thank our sponsors at Valley Strong Credit Union, the best credit union in the land. And I might have to sleep on the couch when I get home because my wife works at the other one.
Oh.
Valley Strong tonight. I don't mind sleeping on the couch. Can watch what I want when I sleep on the couch.
Stamp as late as you want.
Stamp as late as I want. I don't got to be up to Memorial Stadium tomorrow until about 5 p.m. Kickoff has been pushed back from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow for the Renegades as we host Allen Hancock. Right now with 2:48 to play, the Suns are, and Gracian taking a shot. And he overthrows
Incomplete, intended for number 24.
number 24,
Adrian
Adrian Gracie, and they tried the brother-to-brother connection just to rub it in a little bit more after I said Gracie wasn't coming back in. He said, hey, we haven't connected on the big ball yet, Coach Cal. We got to see if we can get one in. You know, but Kev, we have a lot of fun on these broadcasts. I always talk about how it's a dream come true for me to talk football. You know, a lot of people undervalue the experience of the broadcast, and I'm definitely grateful to share these opportunities with you. But right now we got a nice handoff, and that looked like that was number 6.
Well, I tell you,
With the carry.
I'm not a football guy. I don't mind watching. I like the games, like the sport.
Right.
But I learn a lot from the coaches that we have working with you guys and from you guys, even from Vance.
Absolutely. You know, Vance is not a perennial football guy, but he's watched enough of it to know what he's talking about. So, but that's a dream come true for me, Kev. So definitely honored to share that with you. You know, I always talk about how as kids, everybody wants to be a player, but who wanted to be broadcasters? Some of us too. I would emulate the greats. Pat Summerall, John Madden, the legendary Frank Gifford. But right now we got a kid going around the edge, and that's going to be a touchdown. Campos! Are you serious? Del Oro's sons and Victor Campos putting the stamp on his player of the game
He said,
t-shirt.
now that I got it, everybody
Wow.
look at me.
Amazing effort by the Del Oro sons. They're going to have the huge victory. Santa Maria Saints came out playing strong in that first drive, but not able to capitalize afterward and gave up a slew of points to a hot offense in the Del Oro Suns. So they setting up for this PAT. High snap is taken, and that's going to be blocked. So we might have jinxed them saying that they made all the kicks, but Santa Maria gets a block. And that's going to make it 44-43. And, partner, I think that might be the last snap as that clock continues to wind. And the Del Oro Suns will win their first ever home broadcast on Kern High Network. And this will match their historic season of last year as they get this second win in just week 3.
They look like they're on their way to get more this year.
All right, so that is it for Kern High Network football. I am Kenny Calvin, the Hall of Famer. I was joined by my producer, director, the future Hall of Famer, Kevin Willie, on Kern High Network. We want to thank all of our staff at the Kern High School District Superintendent's Office, our boss, Stan Green, sponsor Valley Strong, and that staff and administration at Del Oro High School. We'll catch you next week on Kern High Network.